Hello, welcome to the channel. Today I'm wearing a Casio. It's the Casio Royale, and it's sort of a James Bond-esque watch. And I've got a James Bond-esque watch to unbox, and this is none other than the Heimdallr Sea Ghost, and it is a direct tribute or homage to an Omega Seamaster Diver 300M, which was featured in the latest James Bond film, No Time to Die, in 2021. Looking on Omega's website here at this iconic watch, it's very beautiful and amazing looking titanium, but it's got a $10,000 price tag, and currently it's out of my price range. But I'm a big fan of Omega, and I'm definitely going to be checking that out one of these days. This watch is a do-it-all watch. It's 1,000 feet water resistance. It's got a true helium escape valve, and it's the real deal. All right, I'm getting sidetracked here by gushing over the Omega. Let's get back to the Heimdallr. Is this a watch worth considering? Is it a cheap knockoff? Is it a copy? Or does it have enough differences and stand up on its own enough to justify a purchase? Let's get started. Let's get on with the unboxing, and I do love that shark, that skeletonized shark logo from Heimdallr. And we have a well-packaged watch, which I do appreciate. A foam wrapping around our watch case, and there's some shrink wrap as well, which we will remove. First impressions are this watch is a little heavy. It's a titanium watch case, but the watch band is a mesh stainless steel, and that's adding some weight to this thing. We'll get to the watch in a second. Let's finish the unboxing. We do have a warranty card from Heimdallr, which I believe is a 2-year warranty. We have a generic instruction packet, which has some graphics, but not something that we'll be paying too much attention to because this watch is pretty straightforward. Let's get the packaging off, and again, appreciate how well packaged this watch is. This watch was made in China and had a long journey to get to where I am, and I really appreciate the packaging. I did pick it up from Tactical Frog on Amazon. I will put a link in the description for the latest pricing. There are some other colorway options there, which is nice to see. It does feature the Seiko-made NH35a movement, 24 joule fully automatic, 41-hour power reserve. We have a titanium case, ceramic bezel. We have sapphire glass with AR coating, stainless steel bracelet. Dimensions are very close to our Omega, 42 millimeter case diameter, 49 lug to lug, 13 case height, and 20 millimeter lug width. It does have C3 luminous applied, so it should give us plenty of good performance in the dark. Let's look at a quick side-by-side shot to our Seamaster and just give you some of the similarities there. Not a direct copy, which is nice to see. I do love the date complication that our Omega does not have, and that's at the 6 o'clock position, and it's nicely framed. And arguably, I like how less busy the Heimdallr is than the Omega. A lot less writing on there, and that very distinctive skeletonized shark logo that I really like. And in person, this watch looks amazing. I love the AR coating on that beautiful sapphire crystal, and it is a domed sapphire, very much protruding outside of that ceramic bezel. Flipping it over, we have a screw-on case back, and that is all titanium, featuring a wonderful etching there. And I love, again, that Heimdallr skeletonized shark, boasting the sapphire crystal, the 200-meter water resistance, and the titanium material. Nice touches there. Love to see details on the case back. And this one has a very distinctive, classy look. Let's talk about the bracelet. Again, this is a stainless steel bracelet, and the fit and finish are very impressive. I was expecting to feel sharp edges, and this feels very refined. We have a signed, a stamped, or etched in logo on that buckling clasp system, and a milled clasp. And some nice semi-polished to brushed contrast there with this milled clasp system. Again, nice logo touches there with our hang tags. Getting those out of the way. Let's see how this clasp engages. And again, it's a spring-loaded locking system. And very well made. Very impressed with this bracelet from what I'm seeing. I can't wait to try it on to see how comfortable it is, but it looks like to size it, we just slip our end through and find the right hole to lock in. Let's get a pillow here just to make it a little bit easier to see, and find the right sizing for the hole, and then fold over and lock it in place and safely aboard our pillow. That looks awesome. Love the satin finish on that ceramic bezel, the scalloping. Wonderful details there with that titanium. You can definitely see a color difference between the bracelet and the case, but certainly not a deal breaker at all. Loving the way this watch looks. We do have a knob at the upper left hand corner that is functioning. At least it's threaded, and it has a really nice red under reveal there, which is nice when you have it opened, but it's definitely not a helium escape valve like our Seamaster, but arguably a neat touch. We do have a counterclockwise sweep to advance the date. It's at our 6 o'clock framed window there. Pull it in out to the final stop on the crown, and we have our sweeping clockwise time setting mode. And we have a winding movement and a hacking movement, which is nice. So very dependable NH35a movement from Seiko. Easy to set and should keep great time. Loving what I'm seeing with this watch, and there's a good look at the distortion of that domed sapphire crystal. Alright, I've been putting this next step off as long as I can, and it is the rotating bezel. I've read reviews on this and have been reluctant to try it, but here goes, and I can confirm it is not an easy unidirectional bezel. The grip is not ideal, and the action and actuation aren't the best, but again, this is a titanium on titanium mechanism, and that may be impeding it somewhat. This is a 120 click bezel, and again, I think part of it is the grip. You don't have much with that scalloping, but not a deal breaker for me, but just something I wanted to point out, that the function of the bezel isn't the best. Let's confirm the weight, and I'm getting 3.92 ounces or 111 grams on my copy. The lume is very good. It is more of a yellow than green. You do have a green on the bezel at the very top 12 o'clock position. While not the greatest lume I've ever seen, it's still very acceptable. Side by side, let's compare it to my mainstay watch, my Seiko SKX 007 on a NATO. Beautiful watch, and you can see, while not the patina of the Omega, you do have sort of a yellowing of the lume application on the indices as opposed to that bleach white look of the Seiko. Last but not least, let's get this thing on wrist and wrap this video up, and this is what I came for, and the bracelet is awesome. It's a little on the heavier side because it is stainless steel, but it feels wonderful. It's comfortable, and the sizing is just right, and I do love the signature on the clasp and just the look and the feel of this watch. So what are my final thoughts on this watch? It is an homage, or does pay tribute in a lot of ways to the Omega Seamaster 007, but there are enough unique qualities and unique features to this watch to make it a good watch that stands on its own. Hopefully the Heimdallr warranty will hold up if there's ever any problem with that bezel. If you can get past the idea of the bezel not being amazing, I strongly recommend you check out one of these watches. At this price point, it's hard to argue with the specs, and it looks awesome. That said, I'll still be getting an Omega Seamaster one of these days, and I would never talk you out of checking out that fine watch company as well. That's all I've got for this one, folks. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you next time. Hey, you're still here. Thanks for sticking around. I wanted to throw this thing onto a James Bond NATO and give you just that bonus look. Watch looks amazing, and have that black, gold, and silver NATO that really complements this watch. All right, I'm really going now. Take care.